This video is all about the deleted scenes from various seasons of Family Guy. These are all the deleted scenes from Family Guy Season 12, starting off with the episode Finders Keepers, which had 4 cut moments. The first deleted scene happens early in the episode when Peter's foul breath starts pushing the family away. Lois tells him to see a dentist, and Peter complains that he hates going there as much as he hates going to the racist eye doctor. That leads into a cutaway gag with an optometrist making inappropriate assumptions about different races based on eye charts.
That's it, Peter. We've got to do something about that awful breath. I'm making an appointment, and you are going to the dentist.
Jeez, you are not gonna let this go, are you? You're as stubborn as a 4-hour erection.
Well, she's long gone, so, you can go too.
Oh no, you got me for another 3.5 hours, pal. Go ahead, seek medical attention. I'm not going anywhere.
You can't stay. I'm chaperoning my daughter's Girl Scout dinner in 45 minutes.
Well, tuck me into your waistband and try not to pee up your shirt.
All right, that's it, Peter. We've got to do something about that awful breath. I'm making an appointment, and you are going to the dentist.
All right, fine. But I hate going to the dentist. Even more than I hate going to that racist eye doctor.
Okay, Peter, can you tell me what's on this bottom line?
Is that an O?
No.
Once Peter gets his breath under control, the family heads out for dinner. That's when Peter finds the map in Stewie's hand. He digs at the marked location and finds a clue. When he tells Brian about it, Brian says he's figured something out too, which cuts to a deleted moment where Stewie randomly says he's figured something out as well, but won't reveal it until he turns 17.
Hang on, you guys. I think I might have figured something out. The circle in the square. That could be the clock in the town square.
Wow, you're right. Brian, that could be it.
Well, let's get down there before anyone else does. Hang on, you guys. I think I might have figured something out.
So did I, but I'm going to wait until I'm 17 and announce it at assembly.
As the town goes full treasure hunt mode, Meg tries to convince Chris that they should find the treasure themselves before Peter does. That leads into another deleted scene where Chris says if Peter gets the money, he'll just blow it all on some fancy restaurant.
Chris, we need to find that treasure for ourselves.
What do you mean?
Even if Dad finds the treasure, he's not gonna share. He'll just blow through it all.
Maybe you're right. I mean, last time we came into some money, he just wasted it on all those diamond pinky rings for everybody. Maybe you're right. I mean, last time we came into some money, he just wasted it all on fancy restaurants.
Fresh ground pepper?
Please.
Just say when.
Never.
The final deleted scene is a cutaway gag triggered when Peter realizes money really does change people. It flashes to a group of homeless people acting like snobs after finding loose change.
Look at them. Lois was right. This treasure hunt has turned them all into animals.
There's more where that came from, mister. He was right. There was more.
I guess money really does change people.
Do you know who I am?
Next is Vestigial Peter, which had 9 deleted scenes. The first one happens when Lois asks Peter to join her for church and notices he's wearing the same old torn up shirt. She tells him they need to go shopping afterward. That leads to a deleted scene where Peter complains he hates shopping with her because she haggles in completely inappropriate situations.
Let's just get to church, and afterward, you're going to the mall to go clothes shopping.
Well, you're coming with me. Last time I tried shopping without you, it was a disaster. Hey, I'm home. I got groceries.
You what?
Yeah, I was driving past there and we were out of some stuff, so I...
You listen to me, you son of a bitch. I've got one thing in this lifetime. One thing!
You always say I never do anything around here.
Let's just get to church, and afterward, I'm taking you to the mall to go clothes shopping.
Lois, I hate going shopping with you. You're always haggling in inappropriate situations.
How much to just rough it up real bad?
Later, during a clothing tryout, Peter notices something weird growing out of his shoulder. At the doctor's office, it turns out to be a vestigial conjoined twin, which the doctor extracts from under Peter's skin. Back at home, in another deleted bit, Chris removes his skin to see if he has a twin on his neck.
Oh, he's such a great energy to have around.
Chip, I am gonna show you all kinds of cool stuff. My Hot Wheels, my lawn darts, even my new musket.
Oh, he's such a great energy to have around.
He sure is. Hey, maybe I have a chip too. I love you, blood twin.
Then we get a string of scenes showing Peter bonding with his twin, who's named Chip. The two ride go-karts, drink beer together, and hang out like best bros.
Yahoo! What a great Tuesday! Go-karts is fun for a lower-rung white like myself. Wait, this is where we started from. How did that happen? It's a circle. Get the fuck out of here. This is awesome. I'm gonna write a song about it. Go-karts, go-karts, go-karts! That sounds a lot like your cotton candy song. Oh, that's a good song, too. Cotton candy, cotton candy, cotton candy. This place is great. So what do you do here?
Well, mostly we just sit here and drink beer.
Beer? What's that? Here, maybe this will get you to shut up. Wow! Do poor people know about this? Yeah! Wow, all this stuff is coming out of me. Yeah! It's like there's a parade in my throat. Yeah!
Eventually, Peter gets tired of Chip's presence and kicks him out. When Peter tells the family that he's dumped Chip, everyone reacts. This is followed by a deleted moment where Chris tries to slide in a failed Spanish grade while everyone's distracted, hoping no one notices.
You what?
No!
Peter, how could you?
Whoa, 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 what are y'all coming down on me for? Meg throws away people who come out of a body all the time. Nobody says nothing.
You what?
No!
I got an F in Spanish.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. I just thought maybe I'd mention it now and it would get lost in the shuffle.
Later, when Peter realizes he's out of beer, he heads to the basement and falls down the stairs. That triggers 2 more deleted scenes. One where he finds some old boxes and plans to make a cardboard fort while lying on the floor with a broken leg.
There's no way I'm gonna make it back up those stairs. Wait. If I could just make my way over to those boxes, I could make a fort to play in.
The last deleted moment happens when Chip shows up to help Peter. Chip suggests going to the hospital, but Peter refuses, saying the last time he went there, he came back with a twin.
Oh my God! We gotta get this leg set and get you to the hospital! Oh, cool. That's the place with all the Ghostbusters cars. Oh my God! We gotta get this leg set and get you to the hospital! No way! Last time I went there, I got a baby!
A Fistful of Meg had 5 deleted moments. The first one happens right after new school bully Mike joins, and Meg accidentally throws food at him in the cafeteria. He challenges her to a fight, but before committing, he casually pulls out his phone and asks Siri to check his schedule to see if he's free that day.
Meg Griffin!
3 o'clock, Friday. I will destroy you. Siri, what does my week look like?
Tuesday, desecrate place of worship. Wednesday, throw rocks at old people. Thursday, mentor inner city bully. Friday, available.
As Meg scrambles to avoid the fight, she tries everything, uploading a video, hiring jocks to take Mike down, all of which fail. In one deleted scene, Meg takes it a step further and starts selling drugs at school, hoping she'll get expelled before the fight day arrives.
Okay, I know how to get out of this fight. If I distribute this heroin, I'll get expelled for sure.
Principal Shepard, I've heard rumors that Meg Griffin is selling heroin.
I'm having a really good day. Give me my saxophone.
Later, the principal announces the upcoming Meg Versus. Mike fight over the school PA system. There was originally a longer version of this announcement with extra lines, which were cut.
Good morning, students. This is Principal Shepard with the morning announcements. Remember that all wagers on Friday's Meg Griffin slaughter must be on my desk by Thursday. Also, Zach Morris, if you could stop freezing time to talk to the camera, the day would go a lot faster. Good morning, students. This is Principal Shepard with the morning announcements. Remember that all wagers on Friday's Meg Griffin slaughter must be on my desk by Thursday. What's your prediction, Clubber Lang from Rocky 3? My prediction? Pain.
Tell us what the lunch menu is, you dick!
Oh, meatloaf and tater tots. And by the way, I can stop being a dick. You can't stop being a Jew.
When Meg finally starts training, she turns to Quagmire for help. In a deleted scene from that training montage, Quagmire wants Meg to build up her strength by blowing bubbles and introduces her to his horse Bubbles. He remembers that the who else but Quagmire, Guy, is on vacation.
All right, Meg, to build up your strength, I want you to blow bubbles. This is my horse, Bubbles. Oh, sorry, usually this is where that who else but Quagmire guy would jump in, but I forgot he's on vacation.
You know what? Today, it's who else but Lawrence.
And finally, there's a throwaway deleted scene with Stewie and Brian watching Law & Order, coffee-sipping cop division.
We now return to Law & Order, coffee-sipping cop division.
What do we got? Single white female found by passerby.
Leads?
None.
Captain, you're gonna wanna see this.
In Boopa Dee Bapa Dee, there are 8 deleted gags. The first one happens during a news segment where Trisha Takanawa is reporting on an airline ticket price war. In the aired version, she's interrupted by Joe, but in the deleted scene, she's actually interrupted by Mr. T, who barges in to give his loud, unhelpful take.
With such low fares, even those who never fly are lining up to buy tickets. Early reports suggest that this could be the most profitable day for airlines in the last 2 decades. I'm Trisha Takanawa. Back to you, Tom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Joe.
Tom, I'm standing here at Quahog Airport, where I'm the only Asian woman not wearing a surgical mask for some reason.
I am getting on this plane, fool!
So your issue was always price?
That's correct.
With ticket prices dropping, Lois books a spontaneous family trip to Italy. Peter, never really interested in traveling, refuses to leave the hotel. While he sulks, Lois ends up enjoying the attention of an Italian man. Peter, feeling jealous, tries to win her back by riding a bike to impress her. That leads to a deleted scene where Lois warns him he doesn't even know how to stop the bike. Peter says he learned how from an online video.
What the hell?
Mi amore! I am here to put you on a pedestal with Italian romance.
Peter, get off that bicycle. You never learned how to stop.
Yes, I did. I watched an internet video.
So you want to learn how to stop a bike? Here's how. You don't get on it. Bikes are for Europeans and fairies. You want to go somewhere? Put on a pair of sweatpants and combat boots and run at night. Creep everybody out.
During a fancy boat date between Peter and Lois, there's another deleted moment where Peter tries to be romantic but ends up literally sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, Peter. You're actually gonna...
That's right, Lois. Peter-griffin sleeps with the fishes. After this, we'll have sex.
Eventually, Peter falls so in love with Italy that he decides the family should stay permanently. He dramatically burns all their passports. But reality kicks in fast, and they all regret the decision. On their way to get new passports, there's a cutscene at the visa office where the officer suspiciously asks Peter if he's had any recent contact with birds, due to rising concerns about avian flu.
Mr. Griffin, due to a recent outbreak of avian flu, I'm required to ask if you've been in contact with any birds in the last week.
No.
Who was that?
No one.
Hey, it's me. Where are you? I'm worried.
In Harmony's Way had 2 random gags scrapped. The first deleted scene appears at the very start, shortly after Brian's death. Peter, in a rare moment of curiosity, turns to Lois and awkwardly asks, "What's death?"
Well, I'm glad I got someone smart like you looking out for me. I've recently become aware of the harsh realities of life. Lois, when people die, do they come back for a little while?
No, Peter. Death is permanent.
Lois, are you gonna die?
Yes, Peter, but not for a long, long time.
Am I gonna die?
Yes, Peter. We're all gonna die.
Can I die last? After the kids?
The second cut scene happens after Peter and Quagmire's duet fails to impress their first live audience. But once Mort uploads a video of their performance to YouTube, it suddenly goes viral and they start getting booking offers. The group celebrates with a photo session, but in the deleted bit, Peter tries to join in the excitement by shooting his milk in the air like a champagne bottle.
Oh my God, you hear that, Quagmire? We're on our way! We gotta celebrate like girls in their 20s! You hear that, Quagmire? Looks like we're on our way! This calls for a celebration! Sorry, I did it earlier. I didn't realize we'd be doing this now.
3 Acts of God featured 7 deleted scenes. Things kick off with the Griffins and their friends tailgating at a Patriots game. Right there's a deleted bit where Cleveland shows up wearing loafers and does a tiny step slide walk across the parking lot.
Just back up here for my monthly haircut. When a black man finds a barber, it's for life. Hey y'all, good to be back in town. Oh crap, I wore my loafers. Now I'm gonna have to do that weird tiny step slide and walk the entire way in. Quagmire, would you mind if I take your arm so you may escort me into the game?
Fine.
Oh, there's a puddle. Thank you, young man.
The next morning, Stewie tries to get Brian's attention by setting up a fake casual moment, making Brian ask, "How was your night?" just so Stewie can ignore him. In a deleted version of that, Stewie launches into a painfully long story about attending an old McDonald concert.
How was your night, Stewie?
Ugh, get your own life, bro. Get off my sack.
How was your night, Stewie?
Oh, I went to a concert at the library. The guy opened with an 18-minute old McDonald. It was epic. But getting out of there was a nightmare.
When Peter's team loses the game and the winning team credits God for their victory, Peter and the guys decide to find God and confront him directly. In a deleted scene, their first stop is Alaska, where they try to meet Sarah Palin, who once claimed in an interview to have a direct connection to God. But when they finally get to her, it's revealed she's actually the Wally World Moose mascot wearing a Palin skin suit.
Carrie Underwood credits her success to personal relationship with God.
You think she knows where we can find him?
I'm sure she does. She's smart. She won her job in a contest. Guys, we are going to Nashville. Hey, you're Carrie Underwood, right?
I sure am. You want an autograph?
Yeah, can you get me Randy Travis's?
I don't think so.
Hey, in that song, Jesus Take the Wheel, was that like the real Jesus, or was it just some Mexican guy?
No, it was the real Jesus.
Wow, so you know him?
We're actually looking for his father. Do you know where we can find God?
Well, God is everywhere. He's in our hearts, and we take him with us wherever we go.
Yeah, we're looking for, like, an address.
Look, you guys, I don't know who you are, but I have to go.
Alaska.
Welcome to Alaska, gentlemen. It's very nice to meet you.
Thanks for seeing us on such short notice, Mrs. Palin.
Yeah, as someone who served one half of one term as governor of a largely unpopulated state, we really respect your opinion.
Well, how could I refuse an interview with important big newspaper illustrated?
See, I told you that would work. Say it. Say I was right.
Peter, we're in the middle of fooling the person we're trying to fool right now.
This has become more important than that. Say I was right.
So what brings you gentlemen to Alaska?
Well, I read an article where you said you had a personal relationship with God. Now, most of the time when women say personal relationship, that means Bone City, but I'm not here to pry about that. I just want to know where he lives.
Why, God lives in our own hearts, and we take him with us wherever we go.
Yeah, well, that's kind of general. Can you be a little more specific?
Sure feels like God's here with us on this beautiful day, doesn't it, folks?
Something's off about her.
She's not even real. She's the animatronic moose from Wally World.
Sorry, folks. Alaska's closed. Sorry.
After coming up empty, they return to the Drunken Clam to regroup. That's when Death shows up with a plan to help them meet God. In the aired version, he just appears, but in the deleted scene, he awkwardly asks the group if he can borrow someone's phone to make a call.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Death. What are you doing here?
Actually, I'm here for your show.
Oh, come on, man. I'm on vacation.
Wait a minute, Death, you work with God. Will you take us to him?
Sure, I guess I could. But don't you mean her? Look at your faces. Of course it's the dude. Come on, let's go.
Oh my God, look you guys, it's Death!
Hey, has anyone got a cell phone I can borrow? God's been paging me for like 20 minutes.
Wait, you still use a pager?
Yeah, well, we thought once we got Steve Jobs in heaven we'd all get iPhones, but he never showed up.
Wait a minute. You work with God?
Oh, Death, we've been looking all over for that guy. Will you take us to him?
Sure, but don't you mean her? Look at your faces. Of course it's the dude. Come on, let's go.
Eventually, Death arranges a meeting with God. In another deleted moment, the first thing Peter does when he meets him is pull out a pile of receipts, itemizing every penny he spent traveling the world trying to find him.
Oh, hey, I'm God. Welcome to heaven. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Handicapped is still a thing up here?
Oh yeah, you're like this forever.
Hey, how come everyone has different kinds of towels?
Well, we don't provide towels. You have to bring your own. It's very important that you die holding towels. Have the priests not been passing this along? It's very important. Wow, you guys pulled it off.
And we only spent $800. Here's our receipts.
What? I'm not reimbursing you.
Fresh Air had a total of 10 deleted scenes, most of them revolving around Peter's ridiculous plan to marry Chris for Carter's inheritance. The episode starts with Chris asking Peter to spend some quality time together. Right after that, there's a deleted scene where Peter tells Chris he can't because he already promised a fish he'd go chrising with him.
Are you sure? Cause there's a 3-day weekend coming up, and I thought maybe you and I could finally go fishing like we've been talking about.
Sorry, Chris, I can't. I got insanity practice. Pinwheels! Pinwheels in my head! Voices! Angry fish!
How's he doing?
Not good. He still thinks this is practice of some sort.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I promised a fish I'd take him chrising. Oh boy, the Chris are jumping today!
That's followed by another scrapped bit where Peter gives Chris an empty promise to take him scuba diving, clearly just to shut him up.
But you promised we'd go fishing.
Chris, I was just lying to you so you'd go away. But if you leave me alone now, I'll give you $1 billion.
You've got a deal. Will you at least give me an empty promise for the road?
Tomorrow we'll go scuba diving.
Yay! I'll get started on the 6 weeks of required certification classes.
Then there's a deleted moment where Lois tells Peter that Carter has a cheerleading injury and someone needs to take care of him. Since Barbara is off as judge on American Idol, none of this setup made it into the aired episode, and it completely contradicts what actually happened.
You guys, that was my mom. She said that Daddy broke his leg.
How?
Apparently, he got hurt at the mall.
Carter, please stop doing that. We need to get you some new corduroys.
No! None of the other boys are wearing corduroys. I want dungarees.
You're going to get hurt doing that.
No, I'm not. I'm the champ at doing this. Ow! You jinxed me! Ah, damn it! Hey, call that beeping cart that carries around the fat black people.
Well, I guess Babs has her work cut out for her.
Actually, Mom can't take care of him. She's out of town doing a photo shoot for the cover of Vane's magazine. Well, as I understand it, Daddy's cheer squad had another failed dismount.
We know that we are the B-E-S-T. Brittany, you dumb slut! I said I was gonna cradle out! How did you not hear me?
Actually, Mom can't take care of him. I had no idea, but for the past 4 months, she's been one of the judges on American Idol.
Wow, eventually they get to everybody. It's like jury duty now.
I agree with the Black Girl Carnival.
After Chris starts bonding with Carter and impresses him, Carter decides to name Chris his heir. A deleted scene expands on this, with Carter saying he's making the decision because Chris is the only one who understands both the modern world and Anne Frank.
I have decided to change my will and name my grandson Chris the sole heir to the Pewterschmidt fortune. What?
Marriage to Chris to get access to the fortune. In a deleted moment, Peter's shown rubbing his private parts, pretending it's a magic lamp, trying to summon a ring for the proposal.
I want to take this to the next level. Chris Griffin, will you marry me?
Why is your hand moving up and down in your pocket so fast?
Because I'm looking for this.
In another deleted scene, Stewie shows up holding flowers, also intending to propose to Chris, but when he sees Peter already did it, he gives up and vows to remain a bachelor for life.
I guess what I'm trying to say, Dad, is that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You know what? I'm gonna be a bachelor. Let people talk. I know I'm straight.
As the wedding approaches, Peter starts having doubts. One cut scene shows him calling Quagmire the night before the ceremony, confessing he's unsure about going through with marrying his own son.
Hello?
Quagmire, I think I'm making a big mistake. And after tomorrow, there's no going back. I just don't know.
Peter, what you're feeling right now is completely normal.
Really?
Of course it is. If everybody who had doubts on the eve of his wedding threw in the towel, nobody would be married. And look, I'm not saying it isn't scary, it is.
Well, you're not married.
And I'm not happy either.
What? You seem like the happiest guy in the world.
It's a mask, Peter. Now you go back to bed, and when you feel the breeze on your ears tomorrow, that's Glenn Quagmire telling you that everything's gonna be okay.
Thanks, Quagmire. You're a good man.
I hope someday we can talk about marriage.
Yeah, when I get married, it's not gonna be to some whore.
On the wedding day, Peter and Chris read their vows, and some lines from that scene were trimmed down in the aired version.
And the two of you have written your own vows?
Chris, to express my love, I turn to the words of the only poet that blue-collar New England scumbags like me know, Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled. Now, I ain't no scholar, but if that's not a metaphor for Major League butt stuff, I don't know what is.
On this most special of days, who gives this young man away?
I do.
Very good. And to whom will he be married?
Me again.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we just move along to the vows, then?
Chris, I still remember the first time I laid eyes on you. I was standing before a studio audience at the Maury Povich show, having just taken a blood test. And when those rednecks were screaming boo at me in that crappy brick studio and
Griffins flee town, another cut moment shows Stewie waking up in the car and amusing himself by spotting cows and mountains out the window.
All right, let's see. Cow, sun, cloud. and I'm just getting warmed up.
When they stop at a gas station, their car is stolen. A deleted gag here shows Peter complaining that he can't properly scratch himself anymore.
Ah, crap! Well, I gotta say, you never get to see somebody else driving your car. It's kinda cool. Kinda weird. Oh, crap! My keys were in that car! I need them for precision ball scratching!
Eventually, Peter and Homer meet and go to the police station to report the theft. The officers treat it casually, brushing the whole thing off. In a deleted exchange from this moment, Peter worries about where his family will stay, which leads Homer to warmly invite the Griffins to live with the Simpsons.
Jeez, what the hell am I gonna do now? I got no money, no car, and a whole family with nowhere to stay.
Well, I found if you get real drunk and disorderly, they let you sleep here.
Now that won't work. My baby has 4 beers, he passes out.
Well, then you can stay with us.
Hold on. What's in it for me?
We've got chairs.
You play hardball, sir. I'm in.
Homer was bluffing. There were no such chairs.
The final set of cut material comes during the larger crossover character interactions. In the aired version, the scene features the two-town mayors, but in the deleted version, it's Seamus and the sea captain who bond while comparing their eye damage.
What happened to your eye?
What happened to your eye?
You go first.
Okay, count to 3. 1, 2, squid. Hey, Dr. Nick!
Hi, everybody!
I'm just one person.
In the Book of Joe, there were 3 deleted scenes. The episode opens with Joe hosting a pool party, and 2 of the cut gags take place here. In the first, Stewie dismissively remarks that there are far better things to do than waste time at Joe's pool party. In the aired version, this was replaced by taking a jab at Cleveland for soaking his feet in the water.
Look at Cleveland over there. He's obviously cleaning his feet in the pool without making it look like he's cleaning his feet in the pool.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good temp. I wonder if this temp is the same on my other foot. Oh, yeah. Sure is a good day for it. Good day for these wet paintbrushes, too. Is the pool too warm for paintbrushes?
I'm glad we were invited. This actually got me out of the performance I was supposed to do today.
Yes. Yes. Well, I should. Yes. Who? Who is on first? That's the man's name. Yes. That's it. Yes.
Another deleted moment from the same setting shows Peter and Chris dripping wet from the pool as they casually pick food from the buffet, leaving puddles everywhere.
All right, Chris, enough swimming. Let's get out of the pool without drying off and hang out by the food table. These chlorine Doritos are my favorite.
I like these soggy cheese doodles.
Come on, don't be shy. Drip right in the dip. People want to taste your body water.
Later, when no one wants to hear Joe read his own book, Peter takes over and manages to win over the crowd, much to Joe's frustration. In a deleted scene that follows, Joe rolls outside the drunken clam and accidentally crushes a squirrel with his wheelchair. The squirrel is still clinging to life, and Joe tries to motivate it with one of his inspirational speeches. Instead of feeling uplifted,
It's all right, little buddy, there's hope. Let me tell you the story of another squirrel that... I wish I had his balls.
In the 2,000-year-old version, there were 6 deleted scenes. The episode begins with the Griffins visiting the mall before Christmas. In the first cut gag, Stewie comments that he enjoys going to malls, where you can choose between sitting on the lap of a white Santa or a black Santa.
Ugh, mall food courts are so depressing. You can always tell which fathers are disappointed in their sons because they eat lunch with their coats still on.
How's that food, dum-dum? Too bad eating ain't math, because then I'd have something to be proud of.
I want to go live with Mom.
I know. So do I.
Yeah, this place is all right, but I prefer the malls where you have the choice of a white or a black Santa.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hey!
Another scrap moment from the mall shows Lois deciding to take the stairs, only to be horrified when she discovers 2 homeless men eating each other.
The elevator's taking forever. I'm just gonna use the stairs. There were 2 homeless people eating each other in there.
The story shifts when Peter and Lois meet Jesus, who soon starts spending time with Peter and the guys. They discover he's still a virgin, and the group takes it upon themselves to help him lose his innocence. At a bar, Jesus tries out pickup lines on women. 2 separate introductions were deleted. In one, his opening line falls completely flat, and in another, he makes one final desperate attempt to score a date, but fails just as badly.
Hey, I'd like to ride your ass into Jerusalem.
Okay, Jesus, it's 3 a.m. So any woman still in here wants to bone anything not covered in vomit.
The key is to pick the woman with the most fruit in her drink. She wants attention the most.
There's one drinking out of a watermelon.
Hey, nice Donald Duck sweatshirt. I'm Jesus.
I'm Colleen.
Did you spill your drink?
No, I'm lactating. This happens every time I hear my baby cry from the car.
And you have a lovely evening.
Later, Lois takes it upon herself to help Jesus find a better match. But things take a turn when Jesus admits he's fallen for Lois and wants her to be the one to take his virginity. Peter, surprisingly supportive, convinces Lois to agree to what he calls a noble deed. A deleted extended moment from this arc shows Stewie mercilessly mocking Brian for failing to stop Lois from going through with it.
Boy, this must be killing you. You're an atheist, and the one guy you don't believe in is getting to bang the woman of your dreams.
You know what? I don't have to sit here and take this. I'm out of here.
Boy, this must be killing you. You're an atheist, and the one guy you don't believe in is getting to bang the woman of your dreams.
Oh, is he banging knowledge and reason and science? Because those are my 3 best gals.
Don't forget your 4th best gal, Chris's old stuffed rocking horse.
What happened to Bronco Billy?
In the end, Peter manages to stop Lois and Jesus before anything actually happens, and the next morning the family celebrates Christmas together. In the aired version, the gift exchange is quick, but in the deleted sequence, Meg finally gets a moment of happiness as she beams over receiving her gift.
Wow, there's something in it this year.
Settle down, Meg. It's the upstairs bathroom trash.
In Stewie, Chris, and Brian's excellent adventure, there were 5 deleted scenes. The episode begins with Chris coming home from school carrying a note from Principal Shepard. In a deleted moment when Chris first walks through the door, Lois asks him why he's late, and Chris explains himself before handing over the note.
School ended hours ago.
Sorry, I got held up. Come on, change!
Chris is told that in order to pass 9th grade, he has to finally succeed in his history class. Feeling sorry for him, Stewie and Brian decide to help. In a deleted scene from this setup, Stewie warns Chris that he has a lot to learn in a very short time, comparing it to the lives of fruit flies. In the aired version, this line was replaced with a Jesus cutaway instead.
You are?
Yes, and there's so much to learn. For example, did you know that Jesus didn't really die on the cross?
So what was the cause of death?
Cocaine and severe trauma to the colon.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see those forms.
Yes, and you should pay close attention. You've got a lot to learn in a short amount of time, like a fruit fly.
All right, son, I'm your dad, there's your mom, this is your house, you like fruit, and we're all dead.
During their time-traveling adventure, an entire history sequence was cut. In this scrapped gag, the group visits the Teapot Dome scandal, where Brian pretends to know everything about the event, only to be quickly exposed as clueless.
Now, Chris, this is very exciting. Right through those doors are the hearings for the Teapot Dome scandal.
Oh, Teapot Dome, heavy stuff. Chris, this is one of those things where you have to be there.
Really, Brian? Well, why don't you explain to Chris what the Teapot Dome scandal was?
No, just let him watch, you know? You don't want this old dog to get in the way. This is juicy stuff.
No, I mean, I'm just saying you know all this juicy stuff, so why don't you cut him off a piece and serve it up?
Well, I mean, you can't take pieces, you know? It's very complex. You have to take the whole scandal.
You don't even know what country we're in.
Of course I do. We're in the United States?
Okay, what's the year?
I'd say pre-Boardwalk Empire, post-Game of Thrones.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you the year. 1922. Who's the president?
Oh, I tripped.
Another deleted scene comes during their trip to the Deep South, where Stewie wanders off, saying he's searching for a disciple, a surreal aside that never aired.
There's only one rule here at Peach Blossom Plantation, Stewie. Courtesy.
Well, I got a confession to make, Daddy Johnson. I got a hankering for some mischief.
Well, now that's in direct conflict with the rule.
My rule is honesty. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But it don't mean I doesn't love you, Daddy Johnson.
Oh, Stewie, you done gone and buried your way into my heart like a field mouse. But I still gots to discipline you.
Should I strip to my ankles, Daddy Johnson?
I was just gonna give you a talking to, but yeah, just shoes and socks, Stewie.
I like the South.
We got different ways than they do up north, but it seems to work for everyone.
The final deleted moment comes during their Titanic adventure. Brian explains the details of the disaster to Chris, but Stewie can't resist needling him about how wrong he was earlier during the Teapot Dome scandal.
Chris, we've got to get off this boat. The Titanic was one of the biggest disasters in history.
Well, if you're so worried, why don't you alert the crew and save everyone?
Chris, we've got to get off this boat. The Titanic was one of the biggest disasters in history.
Oh? Would you say it was a bigger disaster than the Teapot Dome scandal, Brian?
The point is, this boat is gonna sink.
In Quagmire's Mom, there were 4 deleted scenes. The first comes early in the episode when Meg asks Peter for a check to cover her field trip. Peter casually tells her all his checks are fake. When Lois presses him on where checks even come from, Peter confidently insists they're grown on a farm.
What the hell, Lois? Why don't I have a real checkbook?
Peter, where do checks come from?
When a mommy and daddy love each other?
That's why. Peter, where do you get checkbooks from?
The farm?
Later, Peter learns at the bank that his real first name is actually Justin. Believing Justin is a much cooler persona, he changes his personality completely and throws a wild house party. During this sequence, Quagmire introduces Kira to Peter. In a deleted moment, Kira jokes that if she gets drunk enough, she'll end up making out with another girl.
Kira! You totally rock for bringing those. Kira! You totally rock for bringing those.
Yeah, don't let me drink all of them. I'll make out with another girl.
Yeah, and pee everywhere, like on me and stuff. Come on!
The story escalates when Quagmire is charged with being with an underage girl. In a cut gag from his courtroom trial, Quagmire's lawyer calls Peter to the stand. Peter whispers to Lois that he feels confident testifying, proudly crediting the confidence he got from a black woman.
All right, people, we're ready to commence this sentencing hearing. Is the defense ready to call its first character witness?
We are, Your Honor. The defense calls Peter-Griffin.
Good luck, Peter.
Don't worry, Lois. It's all about confidence. I learned that from a confident black woman in a Cadillac. Excuse me, miss, do you know how to get to Faneuil Hall?
You got it!
What do I have?
That's right!
What's right? I still have no idea how to get there. Please, I have a meeting.
You get yours, baby!
And that's exactly what I did.
Finally, when none of Quagmire's friends can provide convincing statements in his defense, Quagmire breaks down and speaks from the heart about his childhood. In one deleted scene, he bizarrely claims that Stephen Hawking first got his inspiration for the theory of black holes from Quagmire's mom.
She even had a fling with Stephen Hawking. In fact, he credits her as the inspiration for his theory on black holes.
I believe there is a force that sucks everything in its path. It swallows objects whole and never ever spits them out, not even a ripple. It can take on planet after planet after planet and still have infinite room for more. It welcomes the challenge of light and dark matter alike.
Dr. Hawking, when did you discover this force?
In a bathroom at the beach.
In Stewie Is Enceinte, there were 5 deleted scenes. The episode begins with Peter and the gang watching viral videos on the news and deciding to make their own. In an extended cut from this sequence, Joe isn't even allowed to admit to anyone that he participated in the video, leaving him sulking on the sideline.
All right!
Let's do it!
Awesome!
Oh, I don't know if you're going to be in it, Joe. I thought while we filmed, we'd just keep all of our stuff on your lap. Oh, I don't know if you're going to be in it, Joe. I thought while we filmed, we'd just keep all of our stuff on your lap.
As long as I'm a part of it.
And I don't want you telling people you were a part of it.
It still sounds like fun.
It won't be fun.
Meanwhile, Stewie feels Brian drifting away from him and begs him to spend more time together. In a deleted gag, Stewie proposes they bond by watching Meg eat an enormous plate of raw hamburger meat and then wash it all down with bathwater.
All right, have fun. I'm late.
Late? But I thought you and I could hang out and maybe watch Lois shush Peter while they watch Nashville.
Maybe another time, Stewie. All right, have fun. I'm late.
Late? But I thought you and I could stay in and watch Meg get ready for her bath. All right, she's got her scented candle, her bath salts, and now the heaping plate of barely cooked ground beef.
My God, she's using a lady's razor to push it into her mouth.
Yep, and now to wash it all down with a cup of fresh tub water.
Oh!
Yeah, she didn't eat a small dinner either.
As Peter and the guys continue chasing internet fame, the viral video awards unexpectedly go to Chris for his own clip. A deleted scene shows Chris being interviewed by Tom Tucker on the news, proudly basking in his moment of stardom.
And now I'm joined by local obese teenager and internet sensation, Chris Griffin. Chris, when did you first know you had to hustle?
Well, every street crossing for me is iffy.
Well, we're glad you're here and mouth-breathing with us today.
Hey, the way I go through a crosswalk, I guess I'm lucky to be anywhere.
Yeah, don't act like you're in on it.
Frustrated, Peter declares he's had enough of viral videos. In a cut moment, he complains that the internet is worthless except for Kate Upton floating in zero gravity, while Cleveland sits confused, admitting he has no idea what the internet even is.
Can't believe Chris gets 4 million hits just crossing the street.
I guess we were trying too hard.
Hey, I went by your house the other day. Is your baby pregnant?
I don't know. Lois is in charge of the kids. Who cares? The internet sucks anyway. Except for Kate Upton floating around in zero gravity.
I didn't care for it. Part of what's good about her boobs is knowing they're heavy.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the internet? Is that like a bug?
The final deleted scene comes at the end of the episode when Brian and Stewie ditch their mutant offspring at an animal shelter. Moments later, Jeffrey and Bruce stroll in and adopt the surviving baby.
Why did we bring them to a shelter instead of an adoption agency?
Less paperwork.
Yeah, this is for the best. I mean, I'm sure.
At moments. It all begins at the Drunken Clam, where Peter and the guys are killing time with the TV on in the background. In the deleted version, they end up watching a strange program called Sassy Sitcom Secretary in Real Life, a surreal parody that was dropped from the final cut.
We now return to Sassy Sitcom Secretary in Real Life.
Well, according to the research company, we need to find a way to make the product appeal more to men.
Too bad there's no men working here.
Hey Janine, come back here. Don't ever talk to your boss that way.
I was just trying to be funny.
This is a marketing firm. We're not here to tell jokes. You're fired.
Last week, she wanted me to pretend she was the head of the company because her parents were in town. Who does that?
Not long after, the gang notices a massive billboard for pudding and decide to investigate if it's real. In the aired version, this just sets up the usual gag. But in the deleted scene, Peter leans in and pretends to make out with one of the models on the sign, only to suddenly discover an abandoned child sitting inside the pudding bowl.
All right, there's no pudding, but there is a kid up here.
Don't hold him like that.
All right, there's no pudding, but there is a supermodel and we're making out.
Lucky dog.
Wait a minute. There's a kid up here.
Don't hold him like that.
Peter is later celebrated for his discovery and awarded the key to the city. Watching all of this attention, Joe becomes deeply jealous. He quits his job, leaves Bonnie, and spirals into frustration. In one deleted cutaway, Peter tries to reassure Lois that Joe will bounce back, just like Humpty Dumpty, which then cuts to Humpty proudly receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award.
They'll be fine. He'll bounce back, just like Humpty Dumpty did after his fall.
My God, it's a miracle. You were able to put me back together again.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty simple procedure. Maybe next time go straight to a medical professional and skip the horses and illiterate servants.
Well, that is the last time I drink and masturbate on top of a high wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to accept the Lifetime Achievement Academy Award, Humpty Dumpty.
I am proud to be a part of Hollywood for 50 years.
I heard he raped Natalie Wood.
Joe's crisis continues when he suggests a trip to Niagara Falls, only to attempt to end his own life by jumping. This entire sequence originally had 3 deleted bits. In the first, right after Joe leaps, Peter solemnly says Joe died doing what he loved, violently drowning.
Well, at least he died doing what he loved. Violently drowning.
Then, after Joe is rescued, there's a cut gag where Peter clumsily trips over his own words, stopping himself mid-sentence to avoid saying black guy.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Your life could be worse. You could be a black...
Go ahead.
A blanket.
I'm just a stupid old blanket. What a lousy life this is.
All right, you saved it.
And finally, Peter awkwardly tries to lift Joe's spirits by telling him to look on the bright side. At least he's not a bald high school kid.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Your life could be worse. You could be a bald high school kid.
I'm having trouble deciding what I want to do with my life.
Well, let's see what your options are. You can be a doctor no one respects. You could be a lawyer no one respects. You can be an architect no one respects.
Isn't there anything else?
You could be the 5th or 6th guy in line at a gangbang.
Oh, I'll do that.
In Take My Wife, there were 7 deleted scenes. The episode begins with the gang playing poker in the basement when Lois interrupts to announce a couple's trip to the Bahamas. In one cut gag from this moment, Quagmire perks up and says he's especially looking forward to seeing all the wives in bathing suit.
Wow, the Bahamas. I can't wait to get down there and dip my fingers in the water.
Yeah, it'll be awesome to nail a hotel masseuse and then watch Nanny McPhee in the room. So, when do we leave?
Wow, the Bahamas. I can't wait to get down there and dip my fingers in the water.
Yeah, it'll be awesome to see all your wives in bathing suits and then pretend I have to go back to the room to get something. So, when do we leave?
The next morning, everyone begins packing for the trip. In a deleted exchange, Peter and Joe compare the absurd amount of luggage they've each prepared, trying to outdo one another.
All right, I know most of you haven't traveled with me, but get ready to see a lot of airport elevators you didn't know existed. Well, you guys sure packed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be gone a week.
Me, I travel light. Just 2 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, and the machine that does the work of my large intestine.
We brought a machine that gives Lois orgasms.
Meanwhile, back at the Griffin house, Lois asks Carter to babysit the kids while they're away. Carter grows annoyed watching them spend all their time glued to their phones. In a deleted bit, his outburst of frustration ends up making Stewie lose his precious high score on Candy Crush, sending the baby into a meltdown.
Damn it, I tried 2 things that all kids love. Coffee and old seed packets. And all any of you can do is stare at those Game Boy machines. I'm sick of it. In fact, for the rest of the week, no more screens. I'm locking those things up. Damn it, I tried 2 things that all kids love. Coffee and old seed packets. And all any of you can do is stare at those Game Boy machines. I'm sick of it.
Come on, Grandpa, stop it. You made me miss my Candy Crush record. God.
When the couples finally arrive in the Bahamas, Peter discovers the trip isn't just a vacation. It's actually a couples counseling retreat. Furious, he tries to parasail off the island to escape, but in a deleted gag, his getaway attempt fails miserably.
No, you can't make me. I'll get hit with a coconut so I lose my memory of this. Ah! I remember everything. I was abused by my dad.
Sorry, Peter. We had to trick you guys or you wouldn't have come.
Well, you can't make me stay if I parasail out of here. Go, Tito! Oh, I forgot I took it off because I got scared.
Back at home, Carter decides to give the kids a taste of old school fun. One cut scene shows him stubbing his toe mid-performance of the Jack LaLanne workout song, angrily swearing in pain while trying to stay in character.
Bend to the left, bend to the right. Get the big spring, stretch the big spring. Stop to smoke, get a big towel. Put it behind your neck, tuck it in your shirt. Stub your toe, shout a racial slur. Oh, slant tooth hat jockey!
That's not a real thing. So if you associated that with a certain race, you are a racist.
Meanwhile, on the island, tensions rise. In another scrapped moment, the local rebels complain about tourists wasting too much water on unnecessary toilet flushing, adding to the chaos of the retreat.
Every year we have to deal with you American tourists, stuffing your slob faces, taking video you'll never watch, and asking if I'm the Captain Phillips guy. I'm not! Every year we have to deal with you American tourists, stuffing your slob faces, taking video you'll never watch, and flushing the toilets way too much. The general rule is, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
I've literally never done one without the other.
The final deleted gag comes as everyone leaves the island. The group notices Cleveland's bag is unusually heavy. Cleveland then sheepishly admits it's because he cleaned up all the bathrooms at the resort.
What is in here?
The soap, the little tray the soap was on, and the sink.
And that wraps up today's look at these rare Family Guy deleted scenes. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more unseen content like this, let us know in the comments below. We're always listening. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow Family Guy fans, and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. And hey, if there's a specific season or episode you'd like us to cover next, drop your requests in the comments. Your idea might be the focus of our next video.